ditch lights.
Alright, what are we installing?
Alright guys, today we're installing our Diode Dynamics SS3 Pro ditch lights. They're the same thing as these, as the fog lights, but they are the ditch lights.
Same light, just different brackets.
So what do we got to do first?
So you have to unbolt these just a little bit all the way. You want to go till they're almost all the way off. Since
just like on
slide
that
in
one.
These brackets.
So you can slide in those brackets.
The brackets have an opening on the side here, so you can just literally slide it in. Just make sure your hood doesn't move up and down, because it's going to bend the bracket, or you can bend the hood or the bolts that are in there, the studs that are sticking out.
Yeah, if you tighten it too much down, you can hear it crack a little bit actually. We skipped this step because homeboy didn't want to record.
We also put the blue tape there just in case you don't want to scratch or, you know, damage your pan.
And also we skipped the steps of putting the little brackets on. Bolt goes on the bottom. And I think we're also gonna tilt them out just a little bit. But what was that bolt size inside? What was the bolt size inside?
The bolt size inside?
Yeah, the bolt size inside.
The nut under the hood?
Yeah, the nut.
13 mil.
13 mil?
And then
Yeah,
this
so
is
you're
the 13 also to tighten this bolt. There's the nut underneath for the bracket for the light.
Alright, so we're gonna get this wiring wired up, we're gonna get the lights on, and we'll record the wiring up after this, but we're trying to line up the brackets so we can have them a little bit off to the edge. Or how would you say that? A little bit
It's angled out towards the ditch, so they can be actual ditch lights.
and not spots, right? As you can tell, this is an F1 shitty, because look at that. Look at that windshield. If you can see it on camera, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, we just tapped it barely with the wrench.
No, actually, what happened is a bird pooped on it. Big old Texas birds we got out here pooped on it.
It just
Shattered
shattered it right from the poop.
Better?
So here are the lights. Same as the other ones, right, Jeff?
Yeah, same as the other ones.
Exactly the same. What are they? The SS3
Pros.
3 Pros?
The amber backlit.
Really good in the rain and the fog, right?
Yes, sir.
They light up the whole road, dude. They're worth it, definitely.
All right, so this kit comes with the whole wiring kit. Everything's loomed nicely and heat shrinked. Comes with a relay. Comes with your switch. Your switch has double, so that's one for, I'm assuming, the backlits, and then two for the whole lights being on.
Definitely worth getting some good wiring too, so it's not all funky. And
Comes
stuff
with
like
plug-ins straight to the back of the light. Everything's already wired. You just literally run it to the lights, put your relay somewhere in here under the hood, and then run positive and negative to your battery.
So definitely worth the money getting that wiring cable.
Some zip ties if you don't have any.
Oh. If you don't have any zip ties, if you're doing this and don't have any zip ties, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Taking that off so we can run it.
Just in case you don't have any zip ties, it comes with a couple of zip ties in the box as well. So here's a little blooper we did here. We took the switch off and now we don't know
That was my fault. Oh well.
which terminal it goes into. There's 3 on there. What's the other one for?
What do you mean?
Well,
It's negative power and an auxiliary power for the back.
oh, he's got it over there. So we did a little blooper. Which way it goes? I mean, you can just flip it around and try both ways.
Hey, look, so it doesn't show.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it shows it, but not like.
Yeah, the switch though. Because if it would be switched up like this, that would put it all the way up.
Well, yeah, I know, but it doesn't show like the top of it.
I would just flip it around and play with it, but here's the struggles of doing anything. We're going to show you the 100% and not us just doing it, right? We're going to show you us struggling. A lot of YouTube videos, they don't like to show all the BS that goes on with doing this stuff, but we want to make it 100%. So if you have any of these issues, you'll be able to fix it too.
Alright, so if you want to come over here, basically just running this wire real quick before he gets everything set up. So this is going to go to one light. We're going to run another line
to the other light, so it can just go right tucked up under here. I'm assuming that's how you want to do it. Yeah. All the way across so we can get it clean and everything. Definitely want your wiring clean as well. You don't want it like my truck. I got my truck and all the wiring was wonky and stuff. You don't want to have to be fixing wiring halfway through it. But. So we're figuring out how we're going to wire it real quick. But Jeff's just going to push it straight through. So it comes out the end. Right through that, what is it, like a rain?
Yeah, it's just a rain door.
Comes out right
away. Husqvarna brand.
Husqvarna brand. This is Ford, so it comes out right through there.
Husqvarna.
So is the wiring longer than what you need?
Yeah.
A whole lot longer. They should make a wiring kit where it's like perfect, right? All the money you spend on it. Alright, so we're throwing the zip ties on. Wondering what Jay's gonna do here. He's gonna go straight through that little clip right there. You can lift it up, and I'll show you after.
So basically what I did was just go underneath, and then it pops through this little hole. There is a little clip that goes into this, I'm assuming just to hold this on there. So I'm just going to run it in through here, run it loosely for now, just so we can make sure everything fits nice and tight later, and make sure we have enough room over here for the
so we can have some pull and stuff like that, and you're not having to use extra zip ties and fight it.
I got like a thing for you.
But yep, we're on to the running part, running the wiring, the funnest part of all this. Alright, so there's another clip in the middle. It works out perfectly. Get another zip tie through there.
Perfectly. F1 Shitty, huh?
F1 Shitty actually has some perfect little clips for these zip ties. Some really nice wiring though. Some really nice. What do you call these? Looms. Wire looms.
I mean, it's pretty high quality.
Pretty high quality.
Baja Designs, watch out, Diode Dynamics is coming for you.
I thought these are Diode.
Huh?
What did you say, Baja Designs?
I said Baja Designs, watch out, Diode Dynamics are coming for you.
I think Baja's a little bit better, but.
I don't know, KC might be in there too.
Alright, so we're figuring out how to run our negative in power right now. It's kind of dumb how the battery's placed, in my
I
opinion.
feel like it's
but
flipped. It
yeah,
used to work. You did butterfly.
it'll work, but I wish they gave you a little bit longer power and negative, so you had more playroom.
Alright guys, so the issue is we're not knowing where to run the wire through, and these butt heads are going at it with one another where they should run it through.
Well, there's two spots you can go through, just the wiring's a little short.
The problem is if you run it in through this way, you're not going to be able to run it in and then all the way over.
I mean, either way, you're not going to go, it's not going to reach all the way, but we'll figure, I think we can go through this side.
I would just go through there, and then if you want to, butt it up to the bottom of it.
Yeah. So basically, you just get something like a flathead or a knife or something, just to poke a hole through this little gasket here that runs through the firewall in order to run the wire through. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard for me to see in general, but even on camera. There's a gasket here, and then there's a bigger gasket over there where all the wiring goes through. The issue is his battery's on the opposite side of where this side is, so you have to run this wire all the way across. But they give you enough, it looks like. So we're just going to poke some holes through here, get it big enough to where we can run the wire through, and then we'll show you from there. Alright, so I'm pushing this, I don't remember what these are called, I just call them a fishing line here, through the boot. Here, if you want to see, let me grab the camera from you. So basically, just grab this here, push it through that little boot there. Sorry, you can kind of see it. Boot right there, right in that spot. It goes through the factory spot. You had to cut some zip ties on the both sides for it to go through. And then we basically just electrical taped all this to the fishing line, and we're going to see if it goes through. So we'll come back.
Alright guys, so now we're making a little hole for the switch to sit. We're hoping Jeffrey doesn't fuck it up. I mean, mess it up. little bit more. One more. Can't get in there right, but...
Hold on, I'm trying to see something. Hold on.
Alright guys, I don't know where we left off. Did we show them the wiring through the firewall or no? Okay. Yeah, so we put it through the firewall right there. That little gasket, grommet. What do you call this? What do you call this?
Yeah, rubber gasket.
Rubber gasket. We just went through the factory wires, but open up his truck. Jeff's fighting with his girlfriend, but we put the switch up here. We ran the wires down. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. We ran the wires down through that metal or rubber grommet gasket thing, and then ran the switch up here, so it's right here. He'll eventually upgrade to a switch panel, something more better than this. So running into a little problem over here.
So basically this black wire is just short. It's too short. It won't reach
Well,
over here. It will if you run it like this, but that looks like crap. We don't want it to look like crap. So we're trying to run back here
The wiring,
and run it through.
well,
so
the wiring harness was kind of made a little weird, I think.
the only reason it's made weird is because the switch is too short. If they would have added more to the switch wiring, that would have been perfect.
And add a little bit more to the power and the negative. Is this for like? Is this actually for an F-150?
No, it's for a Maserati.
Is this actually for an F-150? Why did they make it too short?
The only thing that needs to be longer, because what needs to be longer is the switch wire. The switch wire is what's pulling this whole harness up to where it's making this short. If the switch wire was longer, it would be fine.
So all in all, for $500 worth of lights and a wiring harness,
add another wire.
you gotta add another wire, which is kind of inconvenient. I mean, if you're paying all this money, they need to make it longer, but I guess they didn't factor in that. I guess they did it a different way than we did it.
But there's no videos online to show you how to do it the right way, so we're doing it the way we thought.
Yep, we're doing it
Which still works.
the John C. way. Jeff's just watching someone work on his truck. It's kind of funny.
I've actually done a lot of work. Elijah's been the one like slouching with his one leg and then leaning on the Jeep and not doing shit.
Look how
No,
mad
I've
he
definitely,
is.
I've definitely
He's just
gone
watching.
over there. We
He's,
put everything.
anyways.
he's just watching.
So
him
if
work
you
on his
don't have
truck.
really good wire cutters, these are awesome. Vice grip
I
wire
really
cutters.
want a pair of those.
They literally
broke.
just go on here, and you can literally just do that, and it strips the wire for you.
Strips wire
It does
straight
every
off.
single wire size.
Jeffrey doesn't even have a socket set, but talking
Yeah, I
about
do.
broke.
Yeah, I do. Husky. Husky.
He hasn't even upgraded to kinetic rope yet. He uses a tow strap to pull people out still. He's got $1,000 worth of lights, but a leveling kit. It's kind of a little weird.
Well, people are gonna. What is there?
He spent another $1,500 on some Raptor rims, but N35.
Show them your fucking badass winch you got, man. Show them the badass winch. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, go test that winch you got in your truck that you got from the dealership.
look at this fake Ford Raptor grill. Stonebreaker. Stonebreaker.
I cannot wait till you get stuck in your truck.
I already have.
Again.
Is the switch on or is it?
It's on off. He doesn't know how to turn it on yet, but we'll show him how to do that in a second.
You press button.
You press the button? Oh, you press it, don't you?
You know what? We're not getting paid yet on YouTube, so.
You don't.
Hey, Elijah was in the truck and
Look at his lug nuts. I mean, they stick out about a mile wide. Look at that. He's running those what do they call those, bullet lugs? Off-brand bullet lugs, I mean.
go show him your fenders. When he sees the camera, it's probably gonna fall off.
So, when you actually want to see us working on a real vehicle, we got the Jeep over here, and then
Real
second
broken
and
out.
third gen Taco sitting out front. We're not gonna be working on this F1 one shitty IXLT. Sorry, I was just reading it. Of course, he's running Coopers, the worst tires ever. AT3s. Sorry if anybody runs Coopers, but they suck. Get you some actual Maxes. So, Jesse's just finishing up the wiring. Jeff's still watching him do it on his truck. We're gonna get this all buttoned up and not looking hanging and stuff. But yeah, overall, not terribly hard to do this. Couple little hiccups with the wires and stuff like that, and then going through that rubber gasket. But other than that, it's starting to look pretty good, and we're gonna turn them on, make sure it works, and go from there. Yeah. So he's turned them.
That's one.
Turn them
Okay.
on right
So that's
now.
your backlit.
One's the backlit, two's the. What is two?
Two's the full light.
The full lights.
Is that bright or what?
So this is all the wiring. It looks all right. I really wish this line to the switch was longer because it just pulls everything up. I was trying to tuck everything down here, but I really couldn't just because it was so short.
All right, you want?
But yeah, so we had to add an extra black line here, like we said earlier, because this was just too short to reach over here. It would have reached if it was over here, but it would look funny coming over the battery. So I really wanted to tuck it back behind it, just so it looked a little bit more out of the way and a little bit cleaner.
All right,
But
you want to
it's
show
kinda
them this?
crappy because it's over the fuse box, so if he ever has to get through that, he kind of has to move all this out of the way. Possibly remove this relay just to get to that fuse box. But
Show them this.
so we went through here. We went through this factory opening there, down there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Where's that? Oh, right there. Sorry. So right there, we went through that little factory opening. That opening right there. It's
Cut it a little bit, so we're gonna have to zip tie it so no water gets in or anything. But
it was zip tied already from the factory. That's how they come. So we're just gonna put another zip tie on there and make sure it's nice and sealed.
get that sealed real quick, because Jeff can't get in there. Those big old hands he's got. But so we're gonna zip tie it before the wire or after? Like
Everything's wired already.
where the splits at?
After. Where the splits at? Where you cut
Where the
it.
splits at?
Yeah, where you cut it.
It takes some baby hands to get in here.
Well, thank God. Right guy. Right guy.
We're the right guy for this.
You got it?
Hey Jeff, you need to clean that underneath the hood.
I know. It's dirty. I'll pay you $100 to do it.
All right.
For real?
All right.
For real?
Right now?
Swear to God.
I got $100 for free. For nothing.
How do you clean? How do you clean that?
With the cleaning?
Tell me. So I'll give you $100.
No. Give me $100.
Oh my God! Now the fire truck's at the apartment.
By the way, guys, I live a little bit in the ghetto. It's all right. My mortgage is cheap.
They said one stop. Now it's the next stop.
All right.
If we get a couple more
you get it?
subscribers, we're gonna get out. No, I'm just trying to
No,
line
I'm
it
gonna
up
live here forever.
because I can only get one hand in there.
Don't tighten that. Put it back where it was. This monitors where your hood sits. Stop. Where'd it go?
I don't know. That one's a lot higher.
Oh my gosh, this guy. We're teaching this guy everything we know, which is not that much, but it's more than he knows. Did you get the zip tie? It's one zip tie, guys. I don't know why I said it so long. Sorry about that.
It's
So
hard
we're
to
just
get
gonna cut off.
It's
just
hard to
like
get
what
this
you're
one
trying to do.
hand in there though. Why are you up on me like that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I can't show that on YouTube. Sorry,
Was it
guys.
his thing?
All right, guys.
Alright,
All right, well, we're gonna cut off right
Here.
here and show you how the lights
Actually,
look
you
once
do
they're
it. All right, guys. So we're just tightening them up, getting them placed where
You still go
we
through car wash
want
with
them.
yours on?
I don't ever go through
And that's it. That's the whole thing. Jeffrey did like 10% of the work. I did about like 100. And JC did another 100.
Alright y'all, so here I am driving with just my headlights on, my low beams, and then here's my Diode Dynamics fog lights, SS3 Pros, and then these are my my ditch lights that I just got, guys. So let's see. wow, as you can tell, it lights up like no other. These are them off, on, you can see literally 10-4 down there. So now let's see with just them on. So I turn my fog lights off and then I turn these on. It literally looks like you can see much more. So not bad, guys, not bad at all. And then once again with my fog lights, just lights up everything.